Okay, YouTube land, this video is on the S&S Lifter Limiters and how to install them. They also call them HL2T kit. I just want to give a little background on what these limiters are and what they do. They're a ring. You disassemble your stock Harley Davidson lifter or your S&S lifters, and then you drop these rings down into the lifter. And what they do is they limit the travel of the lifter. With the limiting of the travel of the lifter, at high RPMs, they basically become a solid lifter. The other thing that they do is when you have a real high lift cam, you have to have really heavy duty springs. And those heavy duty springs, when your engine's sitting, with the tolerances of the lifters, they'll cause the lifters to bleed down over time. Then when you start your motor, you'll hear a bunch of clacking, and it can take some time for the lifters to pump up. They also eliminate that. So what I'm going to show you is how to disassemble your lifters, take out the hydraulic unit, and then install the lifter limiter and put it back together. It's really important that when you do this, that you make sure that it's very clean. You want to get all the old oil out of them, any kind of debris or dirt that could be in them. I generally use Brake Clean to do that. So I do have the directions from S&S, and I will drop the link to the directions in the description of this video so you can get those for yourself if you want them. S&S only sells these for Evo and newer bikes. Also, the push rod adjustment is different once you install these. So with the installation of these, you have to have adjustable push rods. The stock push rods will be no good any further. So at the end of this video, one of the links in the video will be the adjustment of the push rods in a separate video. So be sure to check that out also. As always, I thank you for watching, and please hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel. It doesn't cost you a thing, and I appreciate it. You got to do something for all this free information anyway. So check it out. Here we go. First, I just want to go over what the directions actually say. Again, they call it the HL2T kit. So S&S HL2T kit is designed to limit the travel of the hydraulic lifter, making it impossible for the lifter to collapse. Stronger valve springs are often used to avoid valve float and high RPM. The limiter kit prevents high valve spring force from collapsing lifters. Stock hydraulic lifters will work like solid lifters at high RPMs, while retaining normal hydraulic function for minimum noise and maintenance under normal condition. Adjustable push rods must be used with the kit. So here's what the limiters look like. You can see it's not overly complicated. So these are the lifters I took out of my 97 bad boy. They have about 30,000 miles on them. You can see they're in excellent condition. I bought new S&S lifters because I don't want to take any chances. What happens on these is the bearings in the wheels can go bad, and then they come apart and send metal through your motor. So if you're going into your motor, it's $400 or $500 worth of insurance. To get these out, they have a clip here. I just come down in here with these pliers and take one side of the clip out, and I take the other side of the clip out. And then I just use the screwdriver, the clip falls out, and the plunger comes out. So once you get the plunger out, I just take a little hook like this, and you pull this section out here. Then you pull this piece out. And I like to keep everything in order. So you can see there's no oil in this one. I already had it apart and cleaned it. Then you take the spring off, and then the lifter. And that's everything to these. All these parts you want to make sure are cleaned really good and that there's no oil in them. Makes the push rods a lot easier to adjust when you're going back together if there's no oil in them. Also, I recommend that if you're going to have your motor apart and you're going to have your lifters out, you should take it apart, clean them real good, and then get the oil out of them. So that way when you go back together, it makes push rod adjustment real easy. Now, you don't have to do any of that, of course, if you're just going to use the non-adjustable push rods. It's still good to get in and clean them real good. Then you can put a little oil back in them when you put it back together. So now you have the body. You take the S&S lifter limiter. You drop it down in there. You make sure it's flat. You clean this real good, and then you put the spring back on the body. You put the body into the lifter. You put this plate back in. Put the cup in. Now these cups are hardened. You can't hurt them with a screwdriver. And then at this point, it's just a matter of putting the clip here. I push the plunger down, and then I just use my thumb and push the clip over, and then the lifter, the spring in the lifter holds the clip there. Now I just get a little bit of bigger plier here, just push the clip, and then that's it. Now that it's done, I just push it one more time, and that allows the clip to be seated fully. And you can see there's a lot less travel now in that lifter. Here's a stock one, and you can see there's a lot more. There's a good 1/4 inch of travel there before it bottoms out. Now this one also doesn't have any oil in it. This is probably an 1/8 inch of travel. So this lifter has the limiter in it, and this one doesn't. Now I got all the oil out of this one, that's why I'll be able to collapse it. So these limiters, the thickness on these are 0.115. So just under 1/8 of an inch. That one probably has about an 1/8 inch of travel. That one looks more like a 1/4 inch of travel, maybe even a little bit more. You can see where they limit travel quite a bit. And that's the installation of these. Like I said, watch that video of how to adjust the push rods because it's different now that you have the limiters in there. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching.